Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. I'm going to jump in the queue here, and I think there might not be a lot of people online right now. I just see, so we might be in the queue for a little while, but in the meantime, we can comment on this Tier 8 versus Tier 9 game. Big Fat Rat versus Night Dill, I can't read his whole name. I thought it was Dillmas, but it looks like there's an L there. Dillmals, maybe? Dillmals? What's going on here? This is an extremely slow set, and there are no good attackers, so you will be buying all of the Tarsiers, presumably. And after that, you know, start on the Steel Splitters, I guess? You'll probably get even one or two Steel Splitters before the Centurion comes in, I guess. Shouldn't we be buying a second Forge this turn? As Big Fat Rat? Like, opponent is gonna be attacking for at least 4 and probably 5 next turn, so it's a fine time to get the Centurion down. Yeah. Okay. And I guess we don't click the Trinity because we need the money for Centurion. Oh, that's right, there's Trinity Drone as well, so like the econ limit has been raised by 10. I don't know, I like the other line better. So who's winning here? Big Fat Rat's up 3 drones-ish. 29 to 27, up 2 drones. I feel like both players have bought too many Trinities. There's still... Okay, well, alright. Big Fat Rat bought all the normal drones already. So Trinities are the only drones left. That's fair. But here, like, you only have one conduit, and you still have regular drones to buy, so I'd rather be clicking Trinity and buying drone than buying Trinity drone. You don't need the extra clickability, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't super matter either way. Maybe you plan to buy many more conduits in future, but not buy more drones, in which case all these Trinities are useful. And like, are you really going to buy over 20 force fields? It's impossible, so... Maybe Big Fat Rat was right not to get Centurion, because I forgot that, South, this day, whose name I can't read, was going to want to spend their blue on a wall, not on a splitter, and they'd only be therefore attacking for 4 this turn. So, I don't know, they might not have done that though, we only were attacking for 1. Yeah, I feel like this game is about, like, buying the right tech to just pour out these crappy attackers after Centurion hits. Right? Like, do you get more... I'd rather get more conduits, for sure. I don't think you'd want a 3rd Forge. Like, Splitter isn't the attacker you want, and Poly and Doomswall mean you can buy defenders very tech efficiently. And I forget if I already said it, but, like, conduits are income, so... that's fine. You could get another Animus, but I don't think you're going to be spending enough turns buying Tarsiers for that to be... Like, yeah, you want all of them, and more quickly would be nice, but after that there's really nothing left to buy with red. Maybe Rhinos, but you don't want that many of them. Like, they're just like, kind of better soak, and there's already good soak in the other colors, so I'd rather just have 2 red per turn, not 4. Obviously, if someone said, here, you can have 4 red per turn, it's free, I'd be like, thanks. But that doesn't usually happen to me. Yeah, so I'd rather have bought a conduit here. I think Big Fat Rat has a better tech setup. More income, right? 32 income plus 4 greens versus 30 income and 1 green. Yeah. can't believe there are people who play 150. I played it, I think, 1 or 2 games of 150, and I was like, this is outrageous. And they're both floating a ton, like, they're not using all their time. So really, like, agreeing to play 150 is just agreeing to let your opponent stall you out if you're not going to use the time at all anyway. I don't know. I guess it gives them a lot of time to think over some critical turn in the future, but... Whew, look at that energy value. I guess we have free splitter holds, although they're not really doing any good either. Like you might as well, right? Or maybe you click a Trinity and buy a Gauss cannon. That's probably better. Oh, and the splitter holds weren't free. I just wasn't doing math. Yeah, I think I would click a Trinity and buy a Gauss cannon. Who's winning? I guess I liked the tech setup up here better, but actually, doesn't this player have more attack? I guess they're quite a bit down on drones to make up for that, right? Not even that much, just a couple. We're sort of getting exploited here as well with this poly wall. I think this maybe should have been a doomed wall. Because then opponent would have 13 left, which is 5 and 8. Ugh, I don't know. Maybe we would not block with the doomed wall. I'm not sure. Anyway, the poly wall, I guess it helps these Enervies grow, so it's sort of getting some value. I hope you guys don't mind these, like, commentaries of other games while we're in queue. I'd like to hit record, like, as soon as I jump in queue. I could, I guess, hit record, like, once I get a match. But, I'd still be spending the same amount of time sitting here waiting. And I wouldn't make the episodes any longer to account for the fact that, like, I'm basically just, like, I want to spend some amount of time per day on a given day recording and like setting up Prismata stuff, and I think that this is bonus content, I guess. And, you know, if you don't like it, you can skip ahead. It's easy with the YouTube previews, right? Yeah, I don't know. I was in favor of Big Fat Rat earlier, but I'm not so sure anymore. They seem to have been a little bit slow to get as many attackers as you would like. They've tried to compensate for that by getting better Enervy value. Like, they actually have an Enervy train going. That's not something you see very often, or at least I don't. What? No. You could choose not to lose the Doomed Wall, maybe, but I don't think that's good. I can't even, like, the numbers are changing so fast from all this clicking that I can't figure out what you're supposed to do. But I'm pretty sure the one thing I can say for certain is it involves losing the 5 health Enervy. Alright, well, good thing we have about 10 minutes to think about this defense. I'm gonna pop out real quick and see if there are any other games to watch. No, guess not. Oh, we get new music. Oh my god, please! Just do any defense. Except this one. That was the worst. You could not have found a worse defense. Alright, well, they have like 8 minutes to go back to the beginning of the turn and undo that. So... oh man. Letting a 5 lifespan and Nervy die, that is the worst. Oh no. Alright, I think that's curtains for Big Fat Rat here. Yeah, I mean, this person has the wrong tech, but they have tempo on rhinos and they have more attackers, and they're not throwing away 5 health units for free. Oh no, we're getting exploited again! Didn't calculate that opponent was losing rhinos. Why? What happened with the force fields here? We're losing 2 rhinos, so this is only 24. Couldn't... I think we had enough green to make another Enervy here. If we cut the force field, clicked another Trinity, and cut the NG, we could have built an Enervy, which seems better than this. I'm not sure it's better, but... Polywall supplies, yeah. That could become relevant. No, alright, game over. Big Fat Rat loses? Yes. Yikes. Alright, one of you do me the favor of jumping right on into the queue, please. No! Alright, well, Big Fat Rat got matched with Balloon. Well, wait, why wasn't I matched with one of the... with, like, Balloon? Alright, well, at least we have a fresh game to commentate. Because, like, Balloon must have been waiting in queue, right? Rated lower than me by quite a bit, but the matchmaking system should have, like I said, there's literally only 2 people in the queue, right? I mean, I don't know. I know it waits even when their match is available to see if a better match can become available, and like it gradually lowers its expectations the longer you wait. Hey, I said, there we go. I don't think Savior is good. There's not, like, I was looking at, like, these are 2 big econ units, right? But there's really no justification for getting either of them unless you tried to go breach-proof Gauss Fab, in which case you certainly don't want Savior. I don't understand the plan here. Is it just like natural conduit into slow animus into Tarsiers and Protos? I don't see anything better. It'd be nice to get a Mega Drone at some point in there. Really? Yeah, I think we just get DA next turn and just buy these 2 units basically. We're playing base plus Proto with like a Mega Drone if you can swing it. That'll be interesting. Opponent wants Gauss Fab. That's a pretty slow approach. Maybe they don't want Gauss Fab. Maybe they're trying to do Protos? Oh, that Savior is surely a joke, right? What is going on? 2 NGs into 2 conduits into then get a 3rd NG? Is opponent just messing with me? I could get another conduit here, but I don't think I need it yet. I could get a forge. I'm also thinking of Rhino next turn as a way to get up to 4 damage usefully. And then I could like buy an extra NG next turn for this. That's probably okay. Well, opponent apparently doesn't want to defend, so maybe there's not a lot of point in that. I don't think I should build a Gauss Cannon here. It just like gives them better proto value. And I think they should build a proto. If I do that. I'm worried this Gauss Fab might get enough value because the Tarsiers aren't fast enough. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'll build a proto here and then hold it next turn so I can attack for just 4 into their probable proto. And I think that's probably good. Megadron's a nice unit to have. Oh, they're only attacking for 1. They didn't even build the Gauss Cannon. Okay, well, forget that proto, right? I could buy a Gauss Cannon here. That attacks for 5, which is bad for Megadrone, but... Oh, it attacks for 6, actually. Which I guess is them building Proto plus Force Field to defend? I just want to make sure that a Proto by me will still defend next turn, because I kind of am running a little low on green. I think this is fine. I can like Proto Force Field Conduit or something next turn, probably. Opponent will be attacking for 2, 4, 8. I'll have 2, 5, 7. Ugh. I think I might need 2 Force Fields. Oh, they're gonna hold the Proto. Oh, that's pretty nasty. No, they're not gonna have enough engineers to do that, right? Okay, good. This is putting on a lot of pressure. Oh, they're just gonna like concede. Alright then. Well, that was an abrupt ending. I'm gonna jump in the queue. Let's try to get a second game in. We can go review that in a minute, but I don't want to miss whoever's waiting in the queue for me since it seems to be a slow night. Okay. So I think that, like... I think that this was more or less decided when my opponent went Gauss Fab. it's just too slow with no real justification here, and Proto is just a big problem for the Gauss Fab player. I made some mistakes here somewhere along the line, I think. I wasn't as prepared as I would have liked the turn after this. Maybe instead of these two NGs, I should have gotten a third conduit. I'd still have to hold a drone this turn, because like I would force field instead of these two NGs. But then I would be doing less drone holding on the coming turns, because I'd have access to force fields. I could also have held the Rhino or something, but no, we wanted to kill the Proto for sure. And then after this turn, we were clearly winning. So that would have been a slight improvement. When could I have worked in a Mega Drone? Like, I don't think I ever could, because opponent built up attack, like, so... It took them so long to get a Proto that I was already attacking for enough that it wasn't very good. Like, I don't know, I guess if I could have squeezed in another Engineer this turn, I could have gotten a little bit of Mega Drone value here, but I don't think it's really that great. Alright, well, that's all the analysis this game needs, I think. 3 games are live, and none of them involve me. How rude. Let's watch this Big Fat Rat versus Balloon game. I guess this is a rematch for them, right? They just played, and now they're playing again. No, it was Balloon versus the other player from Big Fat Rat's game, wasn't it? I don't remember. Base plus 10 is a lot for me. I have trouble understanding what's going on in these sets, but what jumps out at me? Well, there seems to be a lot of defense with Infusion Grid, but also good denial with Blood Rager and Arca eventually. Vi like makes Arca a little worse, but it's still good as an attacker. Players seem to be heading in a very high econ direction. I guess that's Galvani drone for you. Why are we getting NGs 4 and 5 this turn instead of NG 4 last turn with Galvani in play? I mean, I guess you get more actual drones this way. I'm not sure I get this. Are the players going slow enough that Gauss Fab would be played? Unclear. It would be really cool to get Vi, but it also like leaves you with a lot of red that you're not super thrilled to spend. I'm not sure. Galvani drone also helps the absorb denial units in the set, right? Like Blood Rager and Arca and Oride Core. Okay, so Big Fat Rat, I think, is suggesting a desire for Gauss Fab. What? What? No! Cut this and build a real drone. Okay, we're floating 3. This is interesting. What's the plan here? There must be a good reason for this. What do we want exactly 20 bucks for? 22 bucks, I should say. Well, alright, we had an exact plan and we built it, so alright. I don't see exactly what the plan is. I guess it's grid and then fab or something? Grid seems pretty bad with these Tarsiers coming in. But anyway, the Balloon had a specific plan and a reason for doing this, and you know, whether I can tell what the plan is or not, I'm in favor of this play. But I think that red first is probably a better idea. Modus Ponies. Base plus 8, 60 seconds. Let's go. I think Apollo puts Tatsus to bed here, so that is not really going to happen. And Infusion Grid is also like reasonable against that, like to help you stay alive through that plan. You can even click the grids if you need to. And Apollo's not that great against like everything else in this set, so you don't necessarily want to like rush for it. But if opponent tries to get Tatsus, you can, I think, comfortably enough pick up an Apollo and say no thank you. Other than that, I think the big influential units are like everything with blue in them, right? Proto's cool, but, well, what's the best attacker in this set? Tarsier. So maybe that's the thing to be getting here. Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty slow game actually, right? And I don't think you want Proto because you'll be able to have Xenos, but just like dribble out some Tarsiers and get the blue stuff for defense. Seems like kind of a plan. And there's giant green sinks, so you can buy all the green you want and be pretty happy, right? We pick up a Conduit, and then we pick up a Blast Forge, and we get, like, Ebb. It's all gonna be very slow. So just, like, no good attackers and a lot of good defense. So this is the kind of thing that you might actually go for Apollo anyway. Because, yeah, actually, Apollo should be good here, right? It looks like, oh yeah, Xeno Guardian, and opponent won't have any walls or splitters. Like, won't Apollo be bad? But the game's going to go on for a really long time, and opponent really ought to be buying some Tarsiers. So, seems good, right? I think so. And it also, like, guarantees opponent can't get Tatsu, which is something that you might worry about a little bit. Although not much, it must be said. Is this good? This seems a little, like, premature. Yeah, let's just do this. Keep spending our energy on more drones. It's a very slow game, so we want a lot of econ. Pick up a Xeno because why not? And then next turn we can grab that third forge. I guess that's a fair point. Maybe I don't need the Xeno yet. A grid would be fine. And that lets me get one more Ebb. Well, I don't really need the Ebb, do I? This is fine. It's not doing anything yet, but it will eventually. Yep, Apollo, Animus, and drones. My advantage at the moment is I have several more drones and I have a conduit lead. Well, I have a little more green. Plus I have this, you know. He's not doing much, but he's not doing nothing. I'm not sure what to do here with my income. I could buy, like, Ebbs. Or I could, like, get a Xeno. What if I just did this? Like, that's buying 6 drones, right? That's pretty cool. Seems like it might be a bit much, maybe, but... what else are you going to do this game, right? You kind of want a way to get double Xeno per turn, and like that costs a lot of money, and you can throw in some more conduits soon. Next turn I'm buying 2 Tarsiers is 8. Xeno Forge is 18. Conduit 22. And some Ebs or drones. This seems alright, I guess. Well, there goes my Tarsiers. I guess I will need to buy more Animus. That's true. I think I rebuy this. And I don't buy 2, do I? We're already over the absorb barrier, and opponent also is. I guess a cluster bolt is still... Oh, I can't buy a cluster if I get the Gauss cannon. But I don't mind getting this anyway, so I can build more conduits. Maybe this should be a grid instead of drones. Yeah, opponent's gonna start having some serious attack numbers soonish. And I wanna just buy Xenos, so... Okay. I got this Blast Forge for double Xeno per turn, but maybe I should have just been like planning to buy splitters and say, yep, you can snipe splitters if you want. It's not that big a deal for me. I'm not so sure about those cryos. Like, okay, you can make me click grid, but that's not such an imposition. I kind of needed to anyway, I think. I honestly don't know where this game is going, who's winning. It's all a big mystery to me. Opponent sure seems like they have a lot more attack, though. I don't know. They're half a turn ahead, so that's sort of fair. I have substantially more income? So 9, huh? Well, 8, right? So they want to freeze this NG, is what this cryo ray is about. Because I want to defend NG grid wall, Xeno. Oh, but they can only freeze one NG, right? Yeah, that's fine. Do I need more NGs now? This should probably be a grid. And then I guess this can be 2 NGs or a conduit. Probably conduit's good. Oh, I actually don't mind that at all. think. I mean, I guess I haven't thought it through very carefully, but... I guess actually me attacking for 6 exploits them, so that's why they didn't kill a Tarsier. It's doing 0 damage anyway. That's kind of interesting. And I can't click the grid now. That's kind of funny. So they're attacking for 9. Means I kind of have to lose Xeno grid. That's not very great. What if I build a wall? Now I have 3... I'm still exploited with wall, huh? Ten is 3, 6, 10. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Conduit's a good unit, and I don't want them to have it. I don't know, maybe not sniping Tarsier was silly. But it doesn't do anything this turn, but of course Tarsier produces 1 attack every turn. Oh, is that good? That is kind of good, I guess, for them to snipe the wall. But, like, that means they're not sniping a splitter, which is fine. I don't know. Obviously it exploits me, which kind of stinks. I don't feel like I'm winning this game. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it feels like. And I hate giving them all these wall snipes, but what can you do, right? And if they're sniping wall, they're sort of sniping attacker by sniping wall, right? They kill his, you know. Yeah, so that's worth doing, in fact. Ouch. It's like sniping an urban sentry, right? This wall is sort of an urban sentry right now because it means I have to lose 1 more attack. And it's also giving me like defensive problems. I think they were doing better to snipe a wall here. Is this cryo even good? They get to keep, what, 6 health alive? They're losing 2 Xenos now? 1 Xeno. And they'll have 2 NGs left. So this sort of forces them to click grid, but that's about all. And they were going to do that anyway. I don't think they really want to keep building Tarsiers. Not 2 of them anyway. So I think it's better to just buy NGs. I should have sniped a Tarsier when I sniped that Conduit, I think. Yeah, they already needed to click that because I have 2. I don't need more. Shouldn't they again be sniping this wall? I think so. It costs me a Xeno again. Yeah. Well, I could just build 2 walls. Cluster's gotta be good here, right? Okay, ouch, ouch, ouch. That hurts. I wasn't looking out. I always forget to pay attention to cryo ray granularity exploits. So I'm actually attacking for 20, right? Yeah. This is looking grim. I just lost a bunch of defensive tempo here. An opponent has 19 actual attack, huh? I think it's fine to kill a rhino, right? Oh my god. They're actually losing 2 attack here. This is 16, and 7 is 23. So this defends. Nope, it doesn't. Not sure what I counted wrong there. I'm way under-defended. Alright, I'm not sure what happened there. So here's the turn I was looking at, right? Opponent is absorbing on Xeno and losing the other 2 Xenos. This is clear, guaranteed. They have, oh, I forgot the Apollo snipe. God. They have 3 more attack than it looks like. Okay, well, in fairness to me, I was losing anyway, so there. Just got absolutely stomped on this game, really. I didn't, like, nothing went well for me. Why did that happen? I mean, opponent got tempo on everything, kind of, right? They got the Apollo first. Maybe it was a mistake to leave the Tarsiers alive. The game was slow enough that that was worth doing. Or leave the Animus alive, I should say. Opponent also did a better job of giving my Apollo no value. Right, I was building walls, which they had the option to snipe, whereas I really never had the chance to snipe any defensive things. It was just killing Tarsiers every turn, which is, like, fine. It's an okay unit. Some of the problem also was probably that I built too many Xenos, which are, like, not efficient attackers. That might be one way opponents... Yeah, like... I'm building Xenos every turn, and opponent's building Tarsiers, and, like, that's... If the tech is free, then Xenos are actually a more efficient attacker than Tarsiers. But that's spending your blue, so you aren't building like grids. And the tech, of course, isn't free. Green and blue are both great to have. So, yeah, maybe like by building that 4th forge instead of replacing my Animus again. I sort of thought the game had gotten late enough that you wouldn't want to keep building Tarsiers, but yeah, I think I bought too many Xenos and not enough grids. Right? Like, a Xeno that you actually have to lose on defense is like a grid that comes with a Gauss charge, sort of. Like, you pay GB extra and it does 1 damage before it dies compared to a grid. And that's not really that great. Just buying more grids. Yeah. So I think the problem was, like, that I had the wrong tech. 3 blue and 2 red would have allowed me to build Tarsiers and grids, which is like better than just Xenos and NGs. Right, opponent was soaking with grids while I was soaking with, you know, some grids, but also NGs. I built a lot more NGs than opponent did, right? Let's look at the endgame stats on that. Not that many more, but that, yeah. Opponent even got the Rhino soak train going at a reasonable time. Okay, well, overdid it on the Xenos. Maybe some poor Apollo choices? I'm really still not sure. Like, I knew this was a slow game and you would want to build a bunch of Tarsiers. But I didn't really think about, like, whether you would want Tarsiers badly enough to keep rebuilding Animus for them. If opponent snipes your Animus, and like, or whether you should snipe opponent Animuses. I think opponent was just like paying more attention this game than I was, and came up with the right Apollo plays. And also built better tech. So clearly deserved to lose this one. Alright, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.